Tonight's story is a gentle reminder of peace and rest. Bellflower and Primrose, forging bonds under the stars. This story is about Bellflower and Primrose's journey of friendship, exploring the wonders of the forest and the cosmos together. Once upon a time, deep in the heart of a mystical forest, there lived a gentle-hearted human named Bellflower. She loved to wander through the ancient trees, listening to their whispers as the wind played melodies through their branches. Her hair was the color of golden wheat, and her eyes sparkled like the morning dew on leaves. Bellflower had always felt a deep connection to the forest and its wonders. One night, while gazing up at the night sky, Bellflower, a shooting star that danced across the dark canvas above. Curious and enchanted, she closed her eyes and made a wish to meet a friend with whom she could share the beauty of the world. Suddenly, the air began to shimmer, and from the starry sky descended a luminous creature. It was Primrose, a celestial star-child, radiating light like the moon itself. In that chill like silver and eyes filled with the universe mysteries, Primrose floated gently down until she stood before Bellflower. Bellflower's heart raced with excitement and wonder, as she had never seen a being so magical and profound. Primrose smiled, her voice as soft as starlight. "Hello, Bellflower. It has heard your wish, and I wish to explore this world with you." The two began their journey together, wandering through groves and glades. As days turned into weeks, Bellflower revealed the secrets of the forest of the hidden waterfall that sang the song of ancient times, the firefly's symphony at dusk, and the sacred grove where wildflowers bloomed in harmony. Primrose, in turn, shared stories from the cosmos. Tales of stars that danced and planets that sang lullabies to their moons. He spoke of galaxies twirling in the cosmic ballet and meteor showers that painted the skies with dreams. Their bond grew stronger, a tapestry woven from earthly wonders and celestial marbles. One day, while sitting by the waterfall, Bellflower confessed her fears about losing such an enchanting friend. Primrose took Bellflower's hand gently, her smile reassuring and bright. "Our bond is eternal, dear Bellflower. Just as the stars and earth are forever entwined, so are we." Bellflower realized that true friendship transcends distance and time, and that their souls were interlinked, like the roots of the oldest trees to the skies above. As the moon rose high, casting silvery beams through the thick canopy, Bellflower and Primrose stood together, their hands entwined, eyes sparkling like twin constellations, feeling complete. They promised, beneath the moonlit sky, to always be there for each other. Bellflower knew that no matter where her path led in the forest, Primrose would be with her, guiding her with the light of 1,000 stars. The story of Bellflower and Primrose is a tale of friendship forged under the stars, a reminder that true bonds transcend earthly and celestial boundaries. Here's another gentle tale to bring you comfort. Vitalia and Dant, a tale of friendship and helping. This story is about a girl named Catwag and her owl friend Dan, who together bring warmth to weary travelers through acts of kindness. In a quaint village nestled amidst sprawling emerald hills, there lived a young girl named Kevla. Her gentle heart reflected the brilliance of the stars, and her soul was a tapestry of kind. Their best friend in the world was not another child, but rather an owl named Dan, who perched every evening by her window. And Dan, with his regal feathers shimmering under the moonlight, carried an aura of wisdom and warmth. He often visited Cattleya, bringing tales of forests and skies while she opened her heart to share her own stories of dreams and wishes. It was on one particular autumn evening, As the winds rustled through the golden leaves, that Kathleen found herself staring at the village path scattered with wilted flowers and weary travelers hunched over their burdens. I wish I could help them, she mused, her eyes reflecting a determination as fierce as a lion. Dan watched her with keen eyes that seemed to know the secrets of the universe. My dear Kathleen, he hooted softly, a little help goes a long way. Let's do something remarkable together. Inspired by his words, Kathleen didn't waste a moment. She began collecting baskets and jars from her mother's pantry, filling them with fragrant tea and freshly baked bread. Dan flapped his wings and joined in by gathering twigs and setting up cozy corners adorned with soft blankets round the courtyard. Together, they worked in harmonious silence, driven by a shared vision of bringing comfort to those in need. As the sun began its descent, coloring the sky with hues of amber and lavender, the travelers approached, grateful for the unexpected haven. Faces weary from travel brightened at the sight of gentle hospitality. Many shared stories of strayed lands, while sipping on the calming brews, resting under the caring watch of Kathleen and Dan. As the stars began to sprinkle across the night sky, laughter and songs filled the air. Kathleen felt the warmth in her heart quite unlike she had ever known. Dan nestled beside her, pleased with the evening's warmth. What a wonderful gift you have given, dear Kathleen, he murmured contentedly. She looked at him, her heart swelling with joy and fulfillment. It's the magic we create when we help, she said simply. At night, Kathleen dreamt of more evenings like this, weaving the fabric of her village into a tapestry bound by goodwill. Dan perched at her window, watching over her with eyes full of warmth and wisdom, ready for more stories and more acts of help. Another tale begins to bring you rest. Angelonia and Katria's journey of renewal. This story is about Angelonia and Katria, who embark on a journey of renewal and self-discovery, revealing the beauty within and forging an everlasting bond. In a quaint little village, nestled between enchanting hills of lavender and lush green meadows, there lived a girl named Angelonia, who was as gentle as the morning breeze and as bright as sunlit petals. Her golden hair cascaded like a waterfall, shimmering with each humble step she took along the cobblestone path that led to an ancient oak tree. Beneath the swirling branches of the tree, she met Katria, a spider with silken threads as intricate as the finest lace. Unlike any ordinary spider, Katria spun webs that glowed softly like stars in twilight, capturing the essence of forgotten dreams and whispers in the wind. With eyes gleaming like tiny moonlit pools, Katria spun tales as magical as the web she wove, tales that brought solace to souls weary with the trials of life. As seasons changed, Angelonia found herself drawn to the oak tree, finding refuge in its shade and companionship in Katria's stories. Her heart, once burdened by worries and melancholy, gradually lightened the way flowers bloom under the nurturing sun. One day, Katria sensed a shift in the air, a ripple that whispered of renewal. Angelonia, Katria spoke with a voice like the rustle of autumn leaves. The time has come for you to fully awaken to the beauty within yourself. Angelonia pondered these words, feeling the caress of gentle winds urging her spirit to unfurl like petals eager to breathe the dawn. Together, they embarked on a journey, one transcending the boundaries of the known. They traveled through forests where ancient trees sang and rivers danced, visiting places where Angelonia rediscovered joy in simplicity and strength in vulnerability. Each step transformed Angelonia's heart, shedding layers of self-doubt and unveiling the brilliance of her true spirit like the endless horizon meeting sky. As dawn broke on their final day, Angelonia stood by the oak tree, her eyes reflecting a newfound wisdom. She whispered her gratitude and turned to Katria, whose web now shimmered with the golden hues of morning light. Their journey had woven them into the tapestry of life, an everlasting bond in a world as fragile as it is beautiful. Candalonia and Crete knew that the spirit of renewal lived not just in change but in the love and memories they cherished, etching them into their souls like stars in the night sky. Here's another story to bring you closer to sleep. Kala and Tansi's Joyful Adventure. His story is about Kala and her new friend Tansy, who embark on a joyful adventure beyond their village, discovering the beauty of nature and the essence of happiness in simple moments. Kala lived in a quaint little village nestled at the foot of lush, verdant hills. Her days were filled with the simple joys of nature, laughter, and the warm company of her newfound friend, a playful newt named Tansy. Each morning, the air was filled with the gentle whisper of the breeze through the trees and the sweet melody of birds welcoming the dawn. Kala loved to walk along the winding path through the meadows, a path bordered by wildflowers that danced in the sunlight. Or Tansy would scurry along beside her, his vibrant green skin glistening like emeralds under the bright sun, his tiny heart beating with excitement for the day's adventures. One day, Kala decided they should explore beyond their usual boundaries, where the brook turned into a gentle river lined with weeping willows that dipped their long tendrils into the sparkling water. The river bank was a world of its own, with frogs hopping joyfully between the lily pads and dragonflies weaving delicate patterns in the air. Kala and Tansy found a small boat tied to a willow, its wood worn but sturdy. With childlike glee, they climbed aboard and let the gentle current carry them downstream. As they drifted, the river widened into a serene lake, surrounded by the towering trees of an ancient forest. The sunlight filtered through the canopy, casting dappled shadows that danced and shimmered on the water's surface. It was a place untouched by time, whispering secrets of the earth. Kala and Tansy spent the afternoon exploring this enchanted corner of the world. They gathered stones smoothed by the water, each one unique with swirls and colors that told stories of their own. Tansy chased the butterflies that flitted between the wildflowers, his eyes wide with wonder and his heart full of joy. When the sun began to set, bathing the sky in hues of pink and gold, Kala and Tansy returned to the village, their hearts light and their minds filled with the day's joyful discoveries. As dusk settled, the village lamps flickered to life, their soft glow both warming and welcoming. Sitting by the fireside, Kala recounted their adventure to her family, her eyes sparkling with the day's delightful memories. Tansy curled up in a cozy spot nearby, a contented sigh escaping him as he drifted into sleep. Kala realized that joy wasn't just found in grand adventures, but in the simple moments shared with friends, in laughter and discovery, and in the beauty of everyday life. As she tucked Tansy into a small nest of leaves, she whispered a promise to embark on many more joyful adventures together. With the stars twinkling above, Kala and Tansy fell asleep, their dreams filled with the promise of tomorrow's adventures. Rest well, and may your heart feel light.